Yo, yo, yo. All right. What is the deal? We have nobody in here. Well, we don't have nobody in here. We have nobody in here now that's talking. We got 4 of you in here. Did the alert go out? Better have fucking went out. No, it didn't. Why didn't the fucking alert go out? Well, that's going to be a problem. Why did you do that? Let's see if I could set the alert. Let's see if I could start a live from my... Why is it... What's up, Fighting Words? The alert didn't go out, which is fucking annoying. So now I'm trying to set a live through my phone, and maybe that'll spark the alert to go out to people. Did you get the alert, Fighting Words? Did you get that alert? Oh, wait. What's that? Is that an alert? No, it ain't no fucking alert. Ah, annoying. Walter, what's up? Disgusting robbery. Well, we're going to have Arthur Mercante on here. No, of course not. Why would they send an alert out? Fuckers. We're going to have Arthur Mercante on here, who is one of the most experienced, famous referees in history. His father is also experienced, famous ref. His father ref Ali Frazier, the first one. He's gonna settle all this. I don't believe the rules say that a fighter can take his knee and then the ref can. I believe if a knee happens, it happens. I'm gonna see what he says. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. It looks like the alert's not going out no matter what. Motherfuckers. Did anybody in here get an alert? Or is it just me? I'm gonna end this bitch. Did anybody in here get an alert? Did anybody else get an alert? Bastards. Why do they do that shit? I don't get why they do that shit. You know what I'm going to try and do? I'm going to try and start another one, another live stream, and see if that sets an alert too. Annoying. What the fuck's to do that? Very weird. Anyway, I'm gonna keep you guys in here. I just jumped on. What's up, Kenneth? So we're gonna have Arthur Mercante on here at some point. Hopefully, he's at work, but I think he'll jump on and he's gonna break down for us this whole knee thing. Because who else would know than a fucking experienced ref? And mind you, he's a New York ref. This fight happened in New York. It doesn't get more clear than what he's about to tell us. Well, we have to see, Walter. I was just told that if a fighter voluntarily takes a knee, the referee can not call it a knockdown if it's because they have something wrong with their equipment. Somebody cited to me a fight that Chop Corley fought somebody. It might have been Floyd, and he took a knee because his cup was loose or something, and the ref didn't call it a 10-8. He just fixed his cup. So let's see. It might be up to the discretion of the ref, which I believe it is. Oh, I'm not defending anybody. I want to get the facts straight, E-Rock, because I don't want to sit here being like it's no matter. We got to get facts straight. Now, boxing, there's no rule books. You're going to see now with Arthur Mercante. I'm asking, what are the rule books you follow? I bet you he's going to be like, there's no rule book. There's no rule book. That's the problem. There's no rule book. But we'll see. Let's see what he tells us. Let's see what he tells us. Let me see this other one. Hold on. See, I have somebody in this other one. Come in my other live. All right. So this one is done. We have 4 people in the other one, which is strange. All right. Bro just got jabbed in the face. What equipment? Hair. Again, we're going to talk to the ref. I was told, nah, that's the thing. Vlogs or E-Rock, they don't tell you that. They tell you obey the referee's commands at all times. They don't say, these are the rules. You only take an... Nobody goes over rules with you. People don't understand this. They don't go over rules with you. There's certain rules. You've seen it all in the locker room. Obey my commands at all time. You know, they'll point at the belt line. This is low. This isn't low. I want a clean fight. Sometimes the refs will come in and say, look, if you're going to rabbit punch, sometimes they'll warn fighters with things that they know the fighters do. But there's no clear rules. So I was under the impression that if a fighter willingly takes a knee, which is basically him calling his own timeout, that's not okay. What he could have done was he could have looked over the ref and said, hey, could you call a timeout? My eyes are burning. I want to wipe my face. Now, by the way, that's not allowed. Muhammad Ali just danced around the ring for 3 minutes until whatever solution Sonny Liston put in his eye wore off. He couldn't stop and get a nice wet wipe in his eye like he's at a Michelin star restaurant. What's he think? He's in first class? They're giving him the hot towels to like clean his fucking pores. Be safe. They could they overturn it? No, but they should be able to. And then the fights change, and then Roach wins. And Tank gets Tank is his O has got to go. What's up, Michael? Did any of you guys get alerts? I understand it's referee discretion, but after a punch is thrown again, Kenneth, we're going to find all this out. To me, it doesn't matter. Here's what I'm under the impression of. It doesn't matter who throws what, who does what. A fighter has to protect themselves at all times. And if they take a knee, or if three things cause a knockdown. Do you guys know what those things are? No alert. I know, Mr. E. It's fucking annoying. 3 things cause a knockdown. Glove touching the ground. Knee touching the ground. Ass cheeks touching the ground. Those are the 3 things that cause a knockdown. If that happens, the referee can either rule it a slip, which is if the fighter slips, or he can rule it a knockdown. Those are the only 2 scenarios. Okay? When there's a tape hanger from the glove or the mouthpiece falls out, the referee has to stop and wait for a lull in the action for him to call a timeout and put the mouthpiece in. It's not under the discretion of the fighter. The fighter is never allowed to call their own timeout. They can put a stop in the action by taking a knee, but that's a 10-8. So is there a rule that says if you take a knee and it's not from a punch or from being hurt, it's no 10-8? I don't think that's a rule. But we're going to find out. We're going to find out what this referee knows. If he doesn't give us a clean answer, and I'm going to tell you guys right here, I want you guys to all listen to me very carefully. Listen to me carefully. I'm pretty sure he's not going to have a clear answer. I don't think he's going to know. I'm telling you, I think he's not going to know. He's just going to say something along the lines of, well, this is what I always do. Because there's no fucking rule books. There's no rule books. There's no rule book. People don't get that. There's a suggested method of refereeing, which is put out by some suggested boxing organization. Suggested. Each state runs shit differently. And each state does not have specific rules for reffing. And only the state can overturn a fight. Do you get that? So there's this association of boxing commissions, the Association of Boxing Commissions, that doesn't have power and authority over the state. New York State Athletic Commission does not look at the Associated State of Boxing Commissions and say, "Oh, this is how." No, they don't give a fuck. That's suggested. There's no rules. People don't get this. There's no rules. So prove me wrong. I bet you the ref, I bet you anything. He's going to tell us, I don't know. This is what I do, but there's no guideline I need to follow. And I bet you he's going to tell us, and pretty much it's whatever I call. So it's that simple. A dude can get clipped in the chin, which we've seen, and go down, and ref says not a knockdown. Now that's a mistake, fine. But nothing overturns it. This was a mistake, or some people think he was paid off. I don't know if he was paid off or not. I don't know about that, but it was a mistake. But you guys hear me? What you guys think? There's no rules. People don't get this shit. People don't understand how important Turkey is if he can make rules. There's no fucking rules. Associated Boxing Commissions. Let me see. The Association of Boxing Commissions, ABC, is a North American boxing and mixed martial arts organization that organizes contests and record keeping. It is governed by delegates of state, athletic, okay. The Association of Boxing Commissions. All right. Now let's see something. Chat. Does the govern state athletic commissions? All right, so there we go. I'm gonna do this for you guys so you guys understand what I'm talking about here. All right. No, the Association of Boxing Commissions does not govern state athletic commissions, but acts as an advisory coordinating body for them. Acts as an advisory. The ABC, New York State Athletic, the Association of Boxing Commissions, ABC is a nonprofit organization made up of representatives. Its primary role is to set uniform rules, standards, and guidelines for combat sports like boxing and MMA. However, each state commission operates independently under its own laws. Do you guys understand what this means? There's no fucking rules. You guys, do you understand me? I hope I honestly, I'm not even trying to like, please answer me in the chat. Do you understand what this means? That there's no rules. There's only one body that's there to put together rules, but it's only a suggested body. The athletic commissions operate under their own shit. Do you guys get it? So what's going to happen is the referee's going to tell us, I don't know, there's no rules. This is what I've been doing. Which means whatever he wants to do, he could do. Which means, I guess, it wasn't a fucking knockdown. What's the use? Robbie, I just pulled it up. It serves, you didn't just see it? You want me to pull it up again? It's an advisory body. It's a nonprofit organization that tries to put together rules and guidelines for boxing and MMA and combat sports. That's what it is. It's a suggested. Do you understand? You ever go get like a vaccine or something? You have a suggested and a required. The shit's not required. It's suggested. That means you could say, fuck you, suggested. I'm not doing it. You guys get it? Come on, man. You got to stop saying that. You're a community member here. You're way too smart. Stop saying that. You know we're balanced here. Tank still lost. All right, I'm going to say this once. Now, really, seriously, you got to stop saying this because it's goofy. Tank lost. I thought he lost. Okay? So stop saying that. We're talking about rules now. This matters for fights going forward. And it matters for this one. I think Tank probably lost. I think Tank lost even without the knockdown, E-Rock. So stop saying this shit. Stop trying to like play the bad guy. I thought he lost either way. So fucking stop saying it. Even if the knockdown doesn't count, which it doesn't legally, actually. I bet you he still lost. He still got robbed. So this is a separate topic. This is a separate topic because we've never had this happen before. We've never had this happen. Or if we've had it happen, but not on a big stage where it matters. So now we're dealing with this topic. You get what I'm saying? You're not being balanced. Exactly. You're not. It's all about balance. And the motherfucker, there's no rules. And but guys, who better? There is no better authority in this matter than a referee that only refs in fucking New York, which is Arthur Mercante. Because this happened in New York under the New York State Athletic Commission rules. I should try and get a job at the New York State Athletic Commission and fucking clean that shit up. That's what I should try and do. Shit barely pays anything. That's what I should try and do. Can Roach have the result of the fight overturned No. Athletic commissions. Now, Dewan, I guess you pronounce it. Technically, yes, anything can be overturned. But when you look at precedent, when you look at things that have been overturned, fights are only overturned throughout the history of boxing for one reason. That's failing a drug test. That's it. They don't overturn them over bad decisions. It's never been done. Or if it's been done, maybe it has, but it's not in any fights of note, nothing that everybody knows about. There was no shine on it. It's never been done in the big fights. I should. So I'm pretty sure Arthur is going to confirm to us that there's no rules, just like and I'm going to talk to him about that. I bet you, and I'm not throwing shade on him, I bet you he doesn't even know the structure that I just pulled up, that there's only one body that has suggested rules for refereeing, for anything, and those are suggested. I bet you he doesn't even know that. The State Athletic Commission does not govern those rules. Think of it as America. We have a constitution, right? We got to follow the constitution, but each state does its own shit. You could fucking bust off Uzis at 16 in the South. Right here, you can't do that shit. You could bang your sister and 14-year-olds in the South. Here, you can't do that. I'm assuming. No disrespect to my Southern people. Maybe that's a little presumptuous, but you know what I'm saying. You could have transgender stuff here, but in the South, you can't do it. It's all different. Boxing's the same fucking way because there's not one body. And that's why the federal government can't control boxing, because each state will be like, nah, I want it done my way here. Then the other state will be like, nah, just like the America is. Nah, but I want my shit done this way. That's why boxing can't do that. That's why you need a league. That's why the federal government has never taken this over. People always say, oh, the federal government, well, they're corrupt. Yeah, well, they're corrupt, but at least there'd be rules. There's no rules. You guys understand there is no rules that are punishable if broken in boxing. None. Except PEDs. That's the only rule that I see every state athletic commission pretty much follow. And even that sometimes, well, we found it, but then on the follow-up, it wasn't the sample B, and even that sometimes gets a little tainted. Bullshit. Let me tell Arthur to jump in whenever he wants. Jump in whenever. He's a good dude, too. He reffed my fight. He reffed my first pro fight, Arthur Mercante, which is further proof that I was a pro. By the way, if the video's enough. He's in the video. I mean, whatever. He's in the video. He's the one fucking counting when I drop homeboy. Give the mafia some wiggle room for fixes. Yeah, all right. What's good, Alberto? Imagine NFL had different rules in different states. That's what I'm saying, but that's one league. That's one league. We need a league. I love the fact that Keyshawn is saying, fuck the belts. I'm not paying sanctioning fees. I'm going to take the Lineal, the Ring magazine, because they don't have any fees. I'm telling you, man, I think we're starting to lean away from these sanctioning bodies and all this bullshit. I think Tank was hurt when he took a knee. Nah, chill. He wasn't hurt. He was terrified he might get dropped. He wasn't hurt, though. He was scared. He was nervous. When you start dealing with your deep bruised inner child and your emotions and all the shit that happens to all of us who have been over 30, that fire goes away and anxiety is more likely to get through you as you get older. It's a weird phenomenon. It's the crazy how people defend Ryan's PD use. What's up with Arthur? Oh, I'm waiting on him. When he jumps in, we pull him up. What up, Legacy? Boxing has turned into... It's always been that way, Walter. Walter, you just made my point. I haven't even mentioned Tank, and I'm not a Tank fan. You're the perfect example of a troll with nothing better to do aside from trying to... Well, what did he say? What did Walter say? Oh, that they're glazing. Mark, I have to check with the commission. I may not be able to talk about it. You can... Now he's saying, I won't... Hold on. I won't I'm asking general questions, not about the tank fight, to keep you safe. Jump in when ready. All right, he just said I might not be able to talk about it because I didn't referee the fight. So he's worried the commission might give him shit. I just left a text message to call me. I hope he calls me. I know they probably got it going on. This kid Roach wants to protest. Oh, Roach is trying to protest. So he may not be able to talk about it, but he didn't ref the fight, so he could talk about it. That's what I don't understand. Why can't he talk about it? If he ref the fight, then I get it, but he didn't. So why can't he talk about it? I don't know. Let's see if he jumps in. What's up, Bruce? My bad. If not a tank laser, but tank laser's down bad. It's not this room isn't about glazers or tank fans or tank haters, or this is about understanding the rules and the truth in boxing, like what we're dealing with moving forward. And I'm pretty sure we're dealing with Marshall's Law. You guys know what that is? Sure you do. Marshall's Law means there's no law. Marshall's Law means all laws are suspended. And that's what boxing is. Marco, why you ain't push Ness back? You know that in the... I didn't know. I didn't know that. But that's what made me actually do this show. I didn't know that. I don't know. I have to do research before I push back. I'm not a fucking, I'm not going to speak out of my ass. Maybe it's something I didn't know. This dude is literally Ness doesn't do anything but box. Like, there's a little cartoon cloud in his head, and all that's going through there's boxing gloves. Like, that's all he does all day and night. So I figured maybe he knows something I didn't know. You know what I mean? So I want to get my facts straight before I say anything. Martial law, baby. And I assume you can talk about it since you had nothing to do with it. Do you think it would not get over? No, it's not getting overturned. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Can you jump in? I won't specify the tank fight. Just ask general questions. But Davis just had his hair did. He might not come in now because he's worried about the commission getting pissed at him. Oh, he's trying to jump in. Okay. Click the link and enable your camera and audio. That's all you need to do. He's an older gentleman. I mean, he's not old, but he's probably like 60. So he's not the most tech savvy. So this might take a second. It was a dope fight. Have a good one. Where you going? Quinner, what up? I think Loma's going to cause Tank big issue. Loma's not fighting anybody. But it has to be some law. There's not. I'm trying to tell you. Yeah, he's let me give it to him again. Oops. Hold on. Where is it? Here, give me a second, guys. All right. Yeah, he didn't even realize what link. God bless his heart. He's an older gentleman from Long Island. Talks like this. Hey, Marco, what's going on, buddy? Don't be a jerk off, Marco. That's how he talks. I know I got a slight New York accent, but not like him. Yo, Marco, I just got my hair done. I just lost my hair. What if I had been like, it's in my eye. One of my sad, deflated, dehydrated follicles is in my eye because I'm losing it. That'd be funny. Most dramatic stoppage ever, Briggs winning the title in 1 second on the clock. Briggs winning the title. Against who? Spence is fighting Fondora in the 12th round. Suddenly he get retinal detachment and can't see. Does he take a knee or get a timeout? Well, no. He has to take a knee, and then when he's deemed that he can't continue, they stop the fight. And he gets a 10-8 when he takes the knee. They start counting. You know what I'm saying? Omaha, Nebraska, buck. What up? Coffee. Why? Marco, boxing salute. What's up? Boxing Menu Podcast Plus. I like that. Garcia willingly took a knee because he knew he was going to turn into a meme. Exactly. Roy Jones against Montel Griffin. Montel took a knee because he didn't want Roy to, he was already wobbled. He didn't want Roy to finish him. And Roy hit him. And he got disqualified. Can I ask the ref about the Howard Stern boxing match from the 90s? He's a Long Island guy. He may know it. Sure. Where are you from again, Quinn? You're from around here, right? Are you from Long Island too? I forget. Ali couldn't see. That's what I'm trying to tell people, Rolly. I was using that example for the CYP fight, actually, and for the Tank fight. He didn't quit because he couldn't see. He just danced around until fucking shit stopped. Yonkers, right. My bad. Yonkers. I heard Yonkers is mad fucking ghetto parts of it. He's not, I don't know what's taking him so long. He's trying to, but he looks like he's having some problems. Fucking guy. And you guys know StreamYard is so easy. Like you click it, what's it do when it pops up? It says like join video and audio, right? And that's all you got to do. Click it, hit join, and then it should go live. Or am I wrong? I've seen some bad robberies, but that was awful. I had Roach win. Nah, I don't think. Okay, now let's not get carried away. See? Balance. The shit was close. Roach didn't whoop his ass. Roach barely edged him, but also had the few punches that wobbled him. Simple. He wasn't whooping Tank's ass. This wasn't like shit. Pernell Whitaker beat Julio Cesar Chavez way worse. Did you see the press conference with Tank coach talking about this incident? I saw the press conference right after. I don't know what you're talking about. Ali wanted to quit, but he had a real trainer, and Angelo, who said, well, trainer doesn't give the fighter heart. He could inspire them, but the fighter either has it or they don't. StreamYard is confusing if it's your first time. Is it? Okay, well, I guess that's what we're seeing because he ain't in here. Thank you, Marco, for not being biased and using this as a way to have meaningless use. Oh, yeah. I mean, I don't like arguing. It's not fun for me. I don't think Roach is competitive versus Shakur or Keyshawn. I do. But, again, triangle theories. Just because Roach beat somebody that we thought could probably knock anybody out, now, well, maybe he couldn't have knocked anybody out. There he is. He's here. Hello. You hear me?
Hello, Marco.
Yeah, you hear me?
Yeah, what's up, champ?
What you doing?
All right, yourself?
I'm all right. All right. We're having this spirited conversation. The fight brought up a lot of questions where I try and tell people that you guys as referees do you follow a specific rule book, or like what do you follow in terms of the rules in which you referee a fight?
There are rules. There's rules. Every sanctioning body or every state has their rules. There's a mandatory 8 count. There's no standing 8 count. I didn't see the fight, so I really don't want to comment on what happened, what transpired. Steve Willis is a great referee. I'm sure he made the right call, but I can't.
Okay, so I'll give you a breakdown and you tell me what you think. So, and not this fight. I'm going to give you just, because I know you work in New York State Athletic Commission, just an imaginary fight, a fictional fight. Somebody has something in their eye and their eyes start burning. So in the middle of the round, they decide my eyes are burning. I'm going to take a knee because I want to go get my face wiped so whatever's in my eye gets off my eye. So a knee is taken for that reason. The referee, from my understanding, if a fighter ever takes a willing knee, it's a 10-8 round. They start counting. Is that correct? Should it all, if a willing knee is taken, even for whatever the reason is, if somebody in the middle of the fight stops and takes a knee, what do you do? Even if they say to you, "Oh, my cup actually hurt. It wasn't a knockdown." What do you do?
No, you got to count. You got to count.
Okay, that's what I thought. I was told that there's been a couple instances in the past. I don't know about in New York where, like Chop Corley, I believe, took a knee and he was saying, "Oh, my cup hurts" or something, and then the ref didn't call it a knockdown, let him fix his cup and let him fight.
Right. Well, here I'm going back to 1999 because I did the main event with Lennox Lewis and Evander Holyfield.
Mm-hmm.
But prior to that, there was it was a 3 big fight card. You had Lennox Lewis fighting Bobby Ches, if I'm correct. That was back in May. I don't know what year it was. But Evander complained the same thing with something got in his eye, or it was Bobby. I'm not sure. I was in the back in the locker room.
Right.
The referee did the right thing. He called time and said, "What's going on?" I don't know if it was Evander or Bobby. I'll have to look back. If you got history there, you could look back.
It was Evander. Yeah, Bobby fought Evander, I'm pretty sure.
Right, he did. Oh, I know that was the fight. And one of them complained. I don't know who, but the ref did the right thing, took control, called time, and let him clean his eye out before the round started.
Right. So here's and that's, I know that, when you're in there, a guy will look at you and say whatever. But in an instance where he in essence, this fictional fighter called timeout on himself. He just said took a knee, and he called his own timeout. And you can't do that, can you?
Right. No.
Okay.
But like I said, I don't want to keep being redundant. I wasn't at the fights. I'm a busy schedule. I was doing Swan Lake Saturday at Lincoln Center. So I can't comment. You're not the only one that's reached out to me and wanted to talk about the situation, this and that. And I just got off the phone with the commissioner. I asked him, and I told him, we're not talking about that situation. So in all due respect, I don't want to, talk about that incident Saturday night. Like I said, great referee. I'm sure he may, you don't know. You're not in there.
Right.
And at the heat of the moment, you got to be quick. So you don't know what transpired between him and Tank. So, I'm sure they're going to look it over and review it and see if he made the right call or not.
So, yeah, because basically that was the whole argument, was that if a fighter ever takes a knee in any situation, not the Tank fight, just in general, they got to count. There's no way not to count. Right. And you agree. Now, it's just funny, but I was trying to look up rules, right? Is there an actual rule book that the New York State Athletic Commission has?
Yes, sir. Matter of fact, God rest his soul, my father you carry that rule book in your bag. When I'm on the train going, I'll read it, go over them. Like I said, all sanctioning bodies and states have their rules. Like if a WBC fight comes in here, they have their rules. The state will either agree with them or won't agree with what rules they want to use. They go
through every rule beforehand?
I'm not sure they go through every rule.
Okay.
But I go, like, I figure out situations that could happen in the ring. So I've been refereeing for 40 years, and you never know what could happen. Look, with Lennox Lewis and Evander Holyfield, everybody was blaming. It was a mixed decision. Those were judges. I'm a referee. I don't score the fight.
Right.
Don't blame it on me. Those are 3 judges.
So the rule book that you have, is there a name? Is it New York State Athletic Commission rule book, or like what's it called?
I have it up. You know what? I wish I had time to run and get it. It's New York State Athletic Commission rules.
Okay, but those do change given the fight, right? In case
It all depends. Yes, on certain,
yeah.
like here, you get a title fight, 3 knockdown rule is waived, right? And in a regular 10-round fight or an 8-round fight, 6-round or 4-round fight, they may have, the 3 knockdown rule is in effect.
Right.
You know,
And
it all depends on what the camps agree on.
right. And really though, during the fight, you're Jesus because whatever you say goes.
Right.
Unless afterwards they can maybe challenge it. Is that how it goes?
Right. They could overturn it. I don't know. In this situation, if it's already called. I mean, I know, look, like in baseball or football is a bad, they protest. I don't know if this kid or if there's other fighters in this, a fight just happened over in London, and I heard the same kind of situation where this kid was winning the fight. I don't know their names because one of his managers reached out to me, and I said, look, I'm not the referee. I wasn't the referee. I wasn't there. That was over in London.
Right.
So he sent me a video, and I didn't see. All they discussed was the kids' camp. Eddie Hearn has him as a promoter, and a fellow who's a former worked for the commission here, Keith. I think his last name Sullivan reached out and asked me. I said, "Look, Keith, I wasn't there, but
Right.
you wouldn't believe what happened. Like it happened to me a couple of weeks ago. I was refereeing, and the crowd gets loud.
Right.
You go to these foreign countries, you go over. I always tell, like, I went over to Manchester, England, and did a title fight, and I told the timekeeper, listen, it's going to get loud in here. My father always told me that. You talk to the doctors, you find out where the doctors are, you talk to the timekeeper, and let him know. Don't be afraid to tell him. He may have been doing it for 50, 60 years, timekeeping. He may tell you he knows it, but if something happens, you got it under control. The bell rang. Apparently, the referee didn't hear the bell.
Right.
The kid. This is the fight I'm talking about in London. The kid threw a punch. The referee disqualified him. Said he threw the punch after the bell. Then he said he didn't hear the bell. So that's another mark.
Different.
It's a tough situation.
Right. But
it's like I was saying, I had a fight a couple of weeks ago, and it was so loud because there was a local boy on the card.
Yeah, you couldn't hear it.
And I didn't. And then all of a sudden, I looked down and thought, "Did you ring the bell?" And yes, I did. Okay, because I looked up at the clock and I saw there was zeros. That's another thing. If there's in a lot of these arenas now, they have a timer up on the scoreboard.
Right.
So when I always look up. That's another thing. My father always, made me referee the amateur for 5 years, and where I learned all these things.
Right.
He always says, if there's a clock in the arena, that is your savior there.
Absolutely, yeah.
You look up, if you see 5 seconds, 10 seconds, to be there.
Right. Okay, so again, I guess a question though, is there an actual rule that states if a knee is ever taken, you got to count?
I stand to be corrected on that. I'm not quite sure. You know what you're going to make me do? When I get done off the phone with you, I'm going to go look in my rule book. But, I mean, it's not – it's not where, you're playing baseball and you look at the up and you call time. It's a whole different situation.
Right. And correct me if I'm wrong here, even if that's a rule, you as the referee do have the power to overturn and say, like, you can actually say, no, yeah, he took a knee, but he wasn't hurt. There was no punch thrown. Forget about it. Do you have the power to do that?
Well, I mean, like I said, I wasn't in there. I don't know what.
No, just in general.
I know. See, like when I went to work on Sunday, all the guys bombarded me. Artie, you got to look at this. So I looked at the video. To me, it looked like Tank got hit, a jab to the head, another jab to the head. And then he backed up and took a knee. So I don't know in that situation because like I said, Mark, I was not in the ring.
But let's say let's say he didn't get hit. Let's say he just takes a knee because his eyes are burning. Do you count or do you not count?
You could count, or you could go up and say, "You all right? What's the matter? What's going on?"
And let's say he says to you, whatever. So I got to go to my corner. My mouthpiece is broken. You'd be okay with that?
I don't. Like I said, I don't know if I would be okay with that. I would have to call time And like I just did a couple of weeks ago, kid was getting a bad beating. And I before the next round started, I called time. Doctor, I want you to check him out.
Okay.
Doctor checked him out. Where are you, son? Kid told him where he was. Okay, keep an eye on him.
So, okay, so let me ask you this: a fictional situation. Let's say somebody is playing around with their mouthpiece, right, and they don't get hit, and then they take a knee, and you come over, you say, "What's going on?" He goes, "My mouthpiece is broken. I want to swap it out." Do you start counting, or do you let him swap it and it's not a knockout?
No, if it was me, I maybe would call time and say, look, because now it's mandatory. You have to have 2 mouthpieces in case, like, you see a guy get hit hard,
right,
and he goes across the arena. You're not going to go in the audience. The cornerman has to have another mouthpiece.
Okay.
Those are one thing when you go in and give them rules. You have 2 mouthpieces. Right. You know. That's what you check on when you go in there.
So you do have the power to overturn taking a knee, but also I guess it matters in the situation. Somebody saying their eyes burning is very different than a mouthpiece being broken. I mean, that's more important, right?
Right, of course.
Yeah. So I guess it is so. I mean, I'm just because now, do you follow at all the Associated Commissions? What's it called? The ABC? Do you guys
ABC.
Are those the rules you follow?
Yeah, well, like I said, whatever that night, I don't know what they use. Most places now, it's the ABC rules. That's what they go by.
Okay, but it can be switched and changed, and
it's up to the camps. If they have look, you want to waive the 3 knockdown rule, or it's a title fight. 3 knockdown rules don't call a fight off.
Right.
See, I had that situation back with another fight I stayed because I ran Barkley and Michael Logita. I think it was he had Logita down 3 or 4 times, and then I stopped the same thing. Darrell Van Horn, I ran Barkley. I think it was Van Horn Barkley where he had Van Horn down three times, and I stopped it then, not because the 3 knockdown rule. Van Horn didn't have anything.
Right.
Iran was on his game. Every shot he threw, every punch he threw was with intent to hurt.
Right.
I mean, it wasn't. And the kid went down 3 vicious times, and then I decided to stop it. But the 3 knockdown rule was waived.
It was right. So right. I get that. Wait, real quick. So your rule book is not the ABC rule. It's a New York State Athletic Commission, or is it the ABC?
Mine goes back from. Look, I turned pro in 1984, so the rules have changed since then.
Right.
But that's the book I have, and I follow things from that commission rule book.
Okay. Yeah, because
here's a great. Here I don't know if you were there, Mikel Cotto and Yuri Foreman.
Ooh, I know Yuri well though. I remember that one. Go ahead, tell the story.
All right, so here the kid I didn't know. He came in with a knee brace on. But the cornermen in the rounds were using so much water. I even kept telling them, wipe down the corners, wipe down those corners. One round, he slips and goes down. I still count him. He gets up. Now that's when the towel came in. And in the room, because here's what happened. They threw the towel in. I don't know if you know the situation. Mm-hmm. I caught the towel. I threw the towel out.
Yeah, because Yuri won the fight.
Right. So now the camps jump in. I said, this fight's not over. I went over to Melvina, the commissioner. I said, Commish, I don't know where that towel came from. The towel cannot stop the fight. People don't know this. It's the commissioner, the ring doctor, and the referee. Or the cornerman comes up and tells the commission, look, I want the fight stopped. So when the cornerman jumped in for Yuri Foreman, who threw the towel? I didn't throw the towel in. Well, who threw the towel? It came from someone. I don't know where it came from. I said, all right, that's when I said, this fight is not over. Threw the towel out. They went to both their corners. I went over to the corner. I said, Yuri, do you want to fight? Or what's the deal? No, I want to try and regain my title. I said, okay, I'm going to look at you. I'm going to give you every opportunity.
Yeah.
So with that, he came out. Mikel threw a body shot. Was vicious enough. I knew this kid had nothing left. I stopped the fight. Now, people didn't know that. Some people in the press the next day tore me up for letting the fight go on. But the kid had his legs. He had everything. His knee went, but he was willing to fight, and I gave him the opportunity. But see, people didn't know about the rule, about only 3 people could stop a fight, or the 4th as a cornerman.
Yeah.
So a fellow like you called me the next day, and he says, I'm going to tell you something, Junior. You may not know this, but I was at a fight ringside when your father did the same thing. And just like it was that night, it was great. And I thought it was great what you did. The kid wanted to fight. He showed his heart of a champion. He wanted to regain his, and you gave him that opportunity.
It was.
But that's another thing. People, if you want, there's always a Monday morning quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
So, with this, he did what he had to do, and that's as much as I will say about that.
I will tell you. I tell everybody that boxing is 99% subjective. Would you agree? Everything, like, it's all on you to make so many different calls that aren't set in stone.
Right. Look, in the ring, there's 3 people: the referee and the 2 fighters. In football, you got 4 or 5 umpires on a referees on the field at the same time. So if one does the wrong call, the other one backs him up. In there, it's just like you said. It's you and the 2 fighters. It's your final decision. He made his decision, and he'll stick by it, and that's the way it should be.
So it seems to me as if, since the referee does have the right to make a call, it's pretty unlikely something like this. I'm not trying to get a situation like this would be ever overturned, because it really is up to the referee to make the call at the time.
Right. Well, you know what's great now, and we saw it 2 weeks ago when the New York State had a fight on ESPN.
Okay.
Right? I didn't.
I don't know which one you're talking about.
Like I said, I didn't see a lot of fights I don't get to watch. I try and watch them the next day or whatever. But ESPN was great. Gave the commission the opportunity, just like it happened to me up in Mohegan Sun with Mike Mazzulli. He'll call time. Look at a video. It's a video replay. And let's see, one fight I had, the kid threw a punch and they thought he went down. He never touched they thought his glove hit the canvas. Right away, it tells all the judges, don't score the fight. Let's look at the video.
Where was this?
Video. It was not a knockdown. His glove never hit the canvas.
Where was this?
That helped me out as a referee, because they saw that I made the right call.
Wait, where was this?
Mohegan Sun.
And who said don't score the fight? Let's do this replay.
Don't score the round.
Who said that?
The commission. The commission
Okay.
The commission sits ringside. These commissioners are hands-on. Mike Mazzulli, Matt from New York State, the Vegas commission. They're all hands-on now. They all sit at ringside, and they watch the fights. And that's what was great. That as a referee, I love this video.
That's great.
If you make the wrong call, okay, I could take it. I got shoulders.
But not every state and not every fight does that. Not every fight in New York does that, right?
No, the big fights.
The big fights. And even not all of the big fights, though, right?
Excuse me?
Do all of the big fights employ a instant replay? No.
I don't know in other states. I know here in New York, they're making it work now. And Mohegan Sun, they implied, like I just said, the commissioner told all the judges, don't score that round yet. Let me video it and see what it was. He said, okay, now you can score that round, because it wasn't a knockdown. Score the round.
Right.
If it was a knockdown, they saw it on the video. Okay, give them a 10-9 or a 10-8 round for the knockdown.
Yeah, if you could please let me know the name of, look at the book and let me know what it says about taking a knee, if it says anything. That'd be
probably,
really...
to tell you the truth, I don't think it will say that.
Probably won't.
No.
But maybe.
But yeah. But
so if it doesn't, then there's no rule. It's up to your discretion.
Right. It's up to the referee's discretion. Right.
But it might say it, right? You check it out. Let me know.
Of course.
I'm curious if you don't mind telling me what the name of the book, what the book says on it.
It's like a, you know what? Hold on one second. Down in my man cave. Let me see if I have it somewhere.
Yeah. Let's see. Let's get this from the from the source.
Well, yeah, you don't know what I'll do. Can I always key back on once I go off?
Yeah, you can come back on. Yeah.
All right, because if I do find, I'm sure all the times I read it, I never saw anything about a knee. But now we're going to say, hey, it's 2005. and it's something different now.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, but all right, Marco, it's a
Well,
pleasure talking to you.
Yeah,
and we'll see you soon. I'll let you know about that.
I appreciate it. Are you going to be at Bobby Chez's thing?
I'm gonna try, like with my schedule. That's the wait. What? That's the
30th, I believe.
Oh, it's the 30th. Okay,
I
because
believe.
I know I got the New York. I'm trying to make the New York State Boxing Hall of Fame. Is that Russo's on the Bay on the 23rd. I'm gonna try and make that if I get, with my work schedule. If I can make the Hall of Fame, I'm gonna do that. And Bobby Chez, I love the guy. He's a real gentleman, and I'd love to do anything for him.
Me too. Me too.
He was always great with my dad and I. So yeah, I'm gonna definitely try and make that.
Good guy. All right, man. Appreciate it. Thanks for taking the time.
You got it. Stay strong. God bless.
You too.
Bye-bye.
All right. Mr. Mercante. So what'd you guys think? What you guys think? What you guys think? So what I said seems to hold true. There's no fucking rules. There's an old guideline that the man has from 1984, but for every fight, they go over and they change certain things. But the problem is you can't change everything. You can't foresee all weird issues like this. What if somebody takes a knee? Like, it seems to me, and I'm not agreeing with this, I believe it shouldn't be this way, but technically, legally, the motherfucker, he took a knee because of his hair, and the referee agreed with it, and that's what it is. I think it would have been different if Tank was in imminent danger. And then if he was getting fucking almost down, he takes a knee and goes, oh, my eyes are burning. It's like, yeah, sure. What's burning is those shots you were getting hit with. This was something different. I still think Tank should have lost or maybe a draw without the knockdown. But, you can't call your own timeouts in boxing by taking a knee. The way you call a timeout is looking at the ref saying, my eyes are burning. Can I go to my corner real quick? Can you call a timeout? That's what he should have done. He got hit with a jab, though, man. Like, if it was punches that meant anything, I'd agree with you. He got hit with a jab. And the jab just grazed him. It, hit his hair. Bottom line is up to referee. Absolutely. Everything. Didn't I tell you guys? I hope I get props for this. What have I been saying to you guys from day one? Boxing is 99% what? What is it? Because somebody put it in the chat. Boxing is 99% what? What's the word I've been using from day one? What's the word I've been using? Because this just proved it. And now hopefully somebody puts it in the chat. Nobody's put it in the chat. I'll give it one more second. What boxing is 99%? Thank you. Subjective. So if something is 99% subjective, you can't have rules. And if you can't have rules, you have what? Chaos. No rules equals potential chaos. It equals potential fucking chaos. Well, big up to you, E-Rock, but apparently, legally, you can. Turns out you fucking can. Now, I don't agree with that. And I think it should be changed. And I'm hoping this will implement rules to change that. If anything, we got to learn from this. But apparently you can. It's all subjective. And I meant to ask him, but he got off. But I mean, we all know this. I've never seen a fight overturned, or maybe 1 in a billion have been overturned for anything besides drug/PED use. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Especially because he wasn't hurt at the moment. Better let my nuts hang. I ain't trying to give a fuck about TB, if they believe me. You have to understand, too, that's his show. He overtalks people and he doesn't like being made to look wrong on his show. But, I mean, I'll bring it up if it comes up, but I don't give a fuck about proving myself to anybody but you guys. Just so you know. Subjective is exactly right. Boxing has always been. It has been. The difference is now we have more and more governing bodies. We have more. It's becoming more and more of a mess. So it's getting messier. The more too many cooks in the kitchen, so to speak. That's why it's getting worse. What up, Trick? So if the next fighter does this, then it's no knockdown. No, we're going to. So that's a great question, Trick. I think we're going to learn from this. I'm hoping this will set a precedent where now they'll be like, nah, you can't do that. But if the New York State Athletic Commission doesn't overturn this, or at least say, moving forward, taking a knee is not, we're going to see what happens. But it might make it be okay. Most people wouldn't do that because they know that generally taking a knee means you're going to get an 8 count. That's usually what happens. But boxing is subjective. And he just said, I go, what would you do if somebody, I'd go up to him and say, hey, what's going on? Why'd you take a knee? And then if the guy explained something, he would go from there. That's what Arthur said. And that's exactly probably what Steve Willis did. He saw he wasn't hurt. He was like, wait, what are you doing? The guy goes, oh, my eye. Can I wipe my eye real quick? You go, okay. Then it looked like he talked to you probably, hey, next time you tell me, you don't just take a knee and do it yourself. He probably got annoyed at him. He gave him a warning. That's what it looked like happened. I don't know what he said to him. FKA, what up? What about the time when Tank stopped fighting to look at? Well, that's on him. And he gets punched, he gets punched. Protect yourself at all times is one of the only rules that are, ironclad. Tank and WWE cherry pick on Raw. They need open cards. What's that going to do? I mean, it'll help, but the problem isn't really the cards as much. It's the bad judging sometimes that accompanies the cards. That's the problem. He did start counting, and then he stopped because he was like, well, what'd you, because Tank was like, no, I just went blah, 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 blah. You know what I mean? He started counting, and he stopped because he realized whatever he thought was happening wasn't happening. And look, if it was me, I would have counted. Arthur, I couldn't tell. First he said, you count. Remember, he said that a couple times. But then I think he would have counted because he even said there's a difference between a mouthpiece being broken. Because I tried to give a different example to keep him out of trouble with the athletic committee, make it more about. And there's a big difference between you feel like your eyes are burning and your mouthpiece breaking in half. Eyes burning is not enough for you to call your own timeout. I hate to say it, but that's like soft shit. That's bullshit. That's in his head. He was in his head. That's what that was. He was in his head. And that's not Roach's fault. The champ should stay the champ unless they're not. No, that's ridiculous, Oval Office. That's ridiculous. That's not the way boxing. Those are ironclad rules. Scoring doesn't say the champion that. I hate that rule. Well, you got to beat the champ. Scoring in nowhere says that if you're a champion, 2 punches now equal 3. Like, you don't have to hit the champion 3 times as much because he's a champion. No, you just got to hit him more than he hits you. You don't have to hit him double more than he hits you because he's a champion. That's not a rule. That I don't agree with that. And look, boxing is subjective. Some judges might agree with you. Most don't, but some do because there's no fucking rule system. I'd love to know what book this is he's talking about. Mark will make it right. What do you mean make it right? The ref was bunk for counting and stopping. Like, the ref was bunk? Huh? The ref didn't count because he knew the 10-8 through a close fight. Well, you're on some conspiracy theory shit, Alberta. Maybe you're right. I don't know. I don't believe in that usually, but who the fuck knows these days? Tank rubbed his eye and he got hit again. And he was like, stop, I'm Tank. Am I laughing my ass off? He stopped counting because he realized if he called a knockdown, he'd never work for PBC again. Neither one did enough to take the belt. Well, that's then you're saying it's a draw. Basically, the ref can pick and choose exactly. That's the bottom line. Did I not say that before we started this live? I said we're going to know. He's going to end up saying, guys, can you answer this question? Those of you who are in here, did I not say he's going to basically be like, I don't know, really. There's no real rules. It's all different. I don't know, subjective. Did I not say that? Need uniform rules concerning warning, knockdowns, reviews, just unprofessional. Absolutely. Absolutely. All right, Mr. Alberto here. What do we got? What do we got, Berto? What you got here? Let's see. Alberto's new name is Mr. Twitter. Lamont Roach Jr. Let's see. Word round the block, y'all favorite fighter, fin to be 30-1, not 30-0-1. Okay. Well, I don't think that's going to happen. I believe it should happen. To be clear, I believe that should happen. But based on the subjectivity of this sport, especially the refereeing and the precedent of the past of fights being overturned so rarely, and for what they've been overturned, which has never been this, or not never, but all, probably you could count on your hand in the whole history of boxing how many times something like this has been overturned. Not going to happen. Give me 1 second, guys. Hold it down. My bad. Damn, what happened? Drop like fucking. I walk away for a second. We drop all those people. Come on, man. I know I'm handsome. You don't have to all drop. Good Lord. When Spence fought Ugas in Dallas, this is coming from a man from Texas, the Texas referee Lawrence Cole kept on stopping the action when Ugas was bloody to get Spence the stoppage. That's called home cooking. Okay. Marco, it can happen. What can happen? It can, of course. I don't think it will, but of course it can. Tank is also admitting it on Twitter. Yeah, he's saying that he shouldn't have taken a knee, but they're not going to overturn it. Google Queensberry rules, studio rule, re-rule number 10. Why don't you put it in the chat? And by the way, fallback. I'm very familiar. Who are you talking to here? I'm familiar with the Marquise of Queensberry boxing rules. I'm familiar with those. That might be the rules. That is nothing but the rough draft constitution of boxing. They don't follow that to a T. Did you not hear it? They follow some of the suggested rules of the ABC Commission, and they follow some of their suggested rules. So no matter what the rules of Queensberry says, I'm trying to explain to you what they follow and the amount of subjectivity allowed in every fight. So it doesn't matter. No matter what the Queensberry rule says, today's day and age, you could take a whole bunch of little things that changed in every fight, and at the bottom, in big fucking print, it says, rules subject to change. You ever see it go to a comedy show? Lineup subject to change. Rules are subject to change. So it doesn't matter. And nobody follows the Queensberry rules anymore down to the T. Just letting you know. But I appreciate you trying. Queensberry are the first rule. Well, not the first. Those are the bare bone rules after we went from bare knuckle to glove that we started following. But it's had so many transformations, additions, subtractions, that kind of thing. Nothing to be sorry about. I appreciate it, though. Jeff Mayweather said Tank should have been DQ'd. But when Roger Mayweather ran in the ring to get zabbed, Judah didn't call that. That's not a DQ. That's being, well, yeah. Technically, running on the apron is a DQ. And here's the whole thing, guys. Running on the apron is not an instant DQ. The wording. It can result in. Based on what? What's the word of the day? Subjectivity. Got it, brother. Now, I'm not saying you don't know. I was just saying. Nah, I got you. Rules subject to change without notice. That's exactly what boxing is. On the fly, too. Rules subject to change on the fly. Guys hold. Guys duck below the waist. Guys low blow. Guys hold their hands out, post. Guys turn their back. No one cares, but now we care. What you mean? Facts, Marco Historian. For real, which is why I get mad when you let them. Nobody's overpowering me. I wasn't sure. I'm not going to speak if I'm not sure. I'm not going to speak. I wasn't sure. Now I'm sure, and hopefully he'll send me. Did he? Maybe? Let me see if he sent me the picture of the. No, he didn't. I'm saying if he maybe sent me a, but he didn't. Did he? No. Yeah, nah, he didn't send me. I'm curious if he'll find it. Trick Nolte, you're completely missing the point. It's about discretion. It's about discretion. That is absolutely the point. Obi, are you really an MD? Out of curiosity, or that's just a cool screen name. Did AI score the fight? They did not. Marco, ChatGPT said you're right as well. It's not the ABC handbook. It's all discretion. Of course, but that wasn't the ABC handbook, Alberto. He says he has a New York State Athletic Commission handbook, not the ABC. New York State Athletic Commission follows a lot of what ABC says. See, I know it's confusing. ABC is a nonprofit separate from everybody. Then you have each state's rules. So the fights combine the ABC rules with each state rules, combine, remove, add, bulk up, slim down. And then at the very bottom, not even in fine print, in bold print, subject to change without notice. Big shout to my man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Daily. This is earned, relevant interviews, good convo with relevant topics of today, and fight analysis of past. Boxing commissions allow diff rules also. Absolutely. All of them do. It's all Marshall's Law. Marshall's Law. And since you're a lawyer, I was saying this before, this will serve as a precedent, hopefully, for future similar occurrences. Yes, he's trying to get it overturned, apparently. I don't know. That's not been an official word. I don't talk to Roach directly, but that's what I'm hearing. No, Marco, the fight followed the WBA world title book. It doesn't just follow one rule book. They mix and match. They combine, they remove, they add, they soften up, they bulk up already existing rules. They agree. Everything's agreeable. Literally, in boxing's the only place. Literally, boxing, you can have smaller rings, bigger rings. Those NBA fans, how would it look to you if the NBA is like, yeah, the Lakers and the Knicks agree that they want the three-point line 3 feet closer, so that's what we're doing for this game only. That's literally what boxing is like every fight. Where if the NBA is like, you know what? If somebody dunks in somebody's face and the beanbag drags across the other dude's forehead, we're going to make it a three-pointer because it's embarrassing. Fuck it. Fans will love it. Well, we'll do that for this game. That's what boxing does. You guys get what I'm saying? Yeah, I hit up Roach, but, he doesn't follow me. He probably didn't even see my message. He might know who I am since he knows two-tone, but maybe he doesn't like me because he sees me on with those guys. Who the fuck knows? Oh, it's basically a cluster. Hell yeah. That's exactly what it is. And that's why they meet before and they agree upon rules for each fight. Everything's agreed upon. But certain things you can't predetermine or predict certain situations to happen. Like somebody taking a knee because their eyes are burning. It doesn't even matter why. As long as it's not from a punch, that's what matters. Somebody taking a knee because their eyes are burning. Every other instance when it's an injury, if like when somebody's knee gives out and they, where somebody takes a knee because their knee hurts, that's a knockdown. Any kind of knee being taken because of an injury established from a punch or not from a punch is always a knockdown. I get if the dude's mouthpiece snapped in his mouth, but then you know what you do? You fucking hold the fighter and you say, ref, to call timeout. My eyes are burning. Like, why does Tank have no accountability for doing it that way? Well, then the response is, well, the rules don't state anywhere. The rules don't state, but they do. There's some, but here's the problem. There's no official rules. There's no official rules. The few that are out there, you know what I'm saying? Let me see something. Here we go. Arthur, I will. Please, it's Arthur. Let me know if you find any mention of taking a knee in the New York State new NYSAC book and what the actual name of the book is. Okay. Here's what I want to do. I want to see something. Let's do this together. Let's do this together. ABC Commission Boxing. All right, there we go. Boxing commissions. Where the fuck are the rules? All right, let's try this again. ABC Boxing Commission's rules. Maybe it'll unified rules. Here we go. Okay. Now let's see something. Let's search knee. Nothing. There must be more. Accidental fouls, unintentional fouls. Association of Boxing Commissions, Unified Rules of Boxing. Can you guys see this? Let me just make sure. Yeah, you can. Okay. I don't know why Bob Arum is there, but okay. You see it better now? Each round shall consist of 3 minutes. The referee is sole arbitrator of the bout and is the only individual authorized to stop a contest, which technically is not true because, see? He said the ring doctor or the commission can stop it. Here's saying the referee. But again, this is suggested rules. The rules shall not prevent without video. Okay. All bouts will be evaluated and scored by 3 judges. 10-point must system, mandatory 8 count. After knockdowns will be standard procedure. All professional boxers are required to wear a mouthpiece. There is no standing 8 counts. There are no 3 knockdown rules. Okay. So based on these rules, guys, there is nothing mentioned about taking these anywhere. Nothing. Hair and cosmetics. Boxers shall wear no facial cosmetics. Hair shall be secured, soft abrasive matter. Okay, so that doesn't say anything. And I don't even know why I'm looking at this. Okay, so did you guys just see how fucking barren that rules of boxing commissions just was? That was like 17 lines of text. Nothing mentioned about a knee. Can you find New York State Athletic Commission rules? Because you can't. They're not online. Big shout to my man, the myth, the legend, O'Brien. This was built on the precedent and tribal knowledge of legends like Mercante. Good shit, Marco. Gracias. He needed a break. Well, it requires a standing 8 count equivalent to a knockdown. But as you see, taking a knee was mentioned nowhere in those rules. Let's see something. Let's see something else. Let's see if this works. All right. Now, I doubt it will, but New York State Athletic Commission boxing rules. An overview. All right, we don't want to see that. Laws, regulations, policies for athletic commission, policies of combat sports, codes, proposed regulations. Is this it? Let me see something. Nope, nothing in there. Let's see this one. License. No, this is just how to get licenses. Laws, regulations. Let's see this one. Body function, New York State Athletic Commission medical manual, New York State Athletic Commission approved list. Let's see, boxing, weigh-in procedure, boxing gloves, selection of officials, boxing shoes, instant replay, unified boxing rules. Here we go. And okay, do you see what they just did? Do you guys see this? You guys see what just happened? You didn't see it. My bad, people. I clicked unified boxing rules, and you know what it took me to? All right, so you know what it took me to? Let me show you guys. All right, I'm gonna show you in real time what happened here. So I clicked this, which is on the New York State Athletic. Wait, is this the New York State Athletic Commission? Yes, New York State Athletic Commission, where it says unified boxing rules. Okay, I clicked this, and this is what it took me to. It took me to this. The ABC rules that are suggested. So, do you guys understand what I'm saying here? I clicked on the official rules on the New York State Athletic Commission, their rules, and that took me to the ABC rules, which are only suggested. That means there's no rules. Simple. Simple. There's no rules. I mean, can I prove it any better than this? There's no rules. Everything is up to subjectivity. Everything. So, technically, what Tank did was not illegal. I hate to say it, but it wasn't. It was wrong, and I don't agree with it, but the shit wasn't illegal. He didn't know that, though. I don't think. I thought, in my opinion, he's like, fuck it, I'd rather get a 10-8 and not get knocked out right now because my eyes are burning. That's what I think. That's what I think he was thinking. He was ready to take the 10-8. I wish somebody would ask him that. He was ready to take the 10-8. But he didn't get it. Tank was ready. He was like, fuck it, I'll take the 10-8. Shit. You know what? I'm going to hit up Coach Kenny on Instagram. He hasn't been answering my texts, but maybe he'll answer me on Instagram. I'd love to get him on. I messaged Tank. Of course, he didn't respond. Damn, Shakur hasn't been responding to me either. Kenny. Hey, man. I know it's been hectic, but let me know if you have time for a quick live today or tomorrow. All right. All right, let's get back to the people. So why was Ness saying it is allowed in the rule book? Because I don't know what the fuck he was looking at. People will AI. That's why I said, show me. People will AI something, look it up, and the AI will say blah, blah, blah. Who knows what he's looking at? I don't even see that in the New York, in the ABC commissions. But they might be there. There might be, like, I couldn't find ABC boxing commission rules. I remember going to just the one thing, unified boxing rules, right, which we went to already, and that was just this short thing. Rules of professional boxing. Is this a different one? Oh, here we go. Here we go. No. I found a way bigger one. Okay. I found a way bigger one. Let's see. Share screen. Here we go. This is a way bigger one. All right. So let's see what we got here. Let's look up knee. All right. Knee doesn't even pop up. Knockdown. Knockdown. All right. If a boxer is Can you guys see this okay? Let me double check. Yes, you can. Okay. If a boxer is down under the provisions of regulation, blah, 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 he must return to the boxing ring unassisted with 20 seconds. Okay, that's out of the ring. Hey, Leo. Hold on a second. All right. So, and there's nothing here with taking a knee. The word knee doesn't even show up. Count. COOUNT. Timekeeper shall count. Boxer shall go down to the floor as a result of a legitimate blow. The timekeeper shall count off the seconds strictly. Okay. A referee shall have the power to interrupt the count where he considers the fall of the boxer needs urgent medical attention. Okay. In the event the count being interrupted by the bell signifying the end of the round, okay. There's nothing should go down as a result of a legitimate blow. Okay. Taking knee. I mean, there's nothing. It doesn't even willing. There's nothing here. There's nothing here that even addresses this. Nothing. Okay. So taking a knee is not even in the rule books at all. That's something else we just proved. Let me see something. Yeah, that's something else we just proved. So taking a knee is not in the rule books. Nowhere to be found. No rules. No rules for that. And mind you, I just pulled up ABC, which again is not even official. It's suggested. But even in the suggested rules, the knee is nowhere to be found. Do you understand that we're going off years and years of nothing being officially written, etched in fucking stone? It's just what people have done over the years and continue doing following precedent of others. That's what's happening. You won't find knee's definition of down speaks to knee. No, it doesn't. It says from a legitimate blow, Troy. That's the only thing that comes up, and that was not a legitimate blow. But you have to understand, dudes take knees all the time, not from legitimate blows. Well, I guess the legitimate blow is what forces them to take a knee, but they don't go down from the punch. See, now we're getting subjective. Getting hit and being knocked down is one thing. Getting hit and then being like, oh fuck, I need a break because I'm tired or because I'm a little dizzy. That's not going down from a blow. That's you willingly taking a knee. Big difference. There's nothing talking about if somebody goes down to get a break. I agree the ref slipped, but it's not Tank's fault. That's why it's called a knockdown. Marco, I'm over this. It's exhausting and it won't change shit. You can take a knee or a butt or a back. What happened when Floyd took a knee? It was a knockdown. That was the only knockdown of his career. He took the knee, the ref counted because his hand hurt. He needed the time. That's what happened. That's what happens, Mikhail, 99% of the time when somebody takes a knee. The fucking ref starts counting. Now, he didn't quit. I mean, let's not get carried away now. Let's not get carried away, motherfucker. Oh, man. No timeouts in boxing. That's a fact. Only the ref can call a timeout. But the fighter, like what most fighters do is they'll hold or they'll wait until they're far enough away and say, yo, my mouth, start talking to him. Then the ref will say time. Then he'll go, hey, what's the problem? Blah, 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 blah. We handle it. Agree with you. Lack of clarity. Chris Algieri took a knee, which constituted a second case. Now, probably cough. He did it because he couldn't see. That was counted as well, that wasn't. So again, but he couldn't. Why couldn't he see, George? I don't remember the details. Was it from the beating or did something get in his eye? Because that's the only difference here. Tank's was not because of any blows. which is what made the referee subjectively be like, okay, this doesn't have to be a knockdown. He didn't take a knee because of blows or because of accumulation of blows. He took a knee because of fucking hair product. What about the corner approaching the apron with the ref's permission? What about it? So Roach didn't get cheated. Technically, no. Technically, there's no rule stating that. It's all subjective. So no. But if you go by 99% of the precedent of fights in the history of the sport, at least in the modern era, then yes. But there's no rules, so no. You get what I'm saying? It's like an adopted rule. Yeah, he got cheated by the adopted rules, but not by the official ones. So commission all make their own rules. Those rules change accordingly. Notoriety pub. I don't know about notoriety. They change accordingly within the negotiations of the contract of the fight. And then you have things that pop up like this that nobody talked about because nobody would have expected that would even be an issue. Imagine if all fighters took knees wherever they wanted to go to the corner. That would be great. Well, yeah. Provodnikov broke his orbital bone. That's a real knee. That should be a knockdown. The only reason I'm arguing that is not as bad as most knees is because it wasn't because of a punch. There's a big difference when a knee is taken as a result of damage and some kind of weird outside influence. Roach won either way. I'm with you. I'm with you. I just got in trouble for that when I was cornering my homie. What's up, Victor? I thought Texas had an athletic commission. They probably do. New York is damn near worse. They're all bad, Trick. They're all the same shit. Yeah, and Joey Gamach sued him for it. I don't know if Gamach, that wasn't New York's fault, right? He made the weight he's supposed to make. There was no rehydration clauses. That's just what boxing is. That's all of boxing. I could be remembering the details of the Gamach Gotti thing incorrectly, but I don't know. That makes no sense. What makes no sense? So they can take at any... No, here's the thing. You do it once, you could probably get away with it. The motherfucker keeps doing it, then no. He'll be warned, a point will be taken, or they'll count. You know, it's like a one thing he was able to get away with. Tang should have been DQ'd for getting worked on mid-round anyway. DQ'd for getting worked on? Right. But again, Mo, that is up to the referee's discretion. Or I guess the commission could have came in and also said nah, or the doctor. But the doctor couldn't have done that. The commission or the ref could have DQ'd him for getting worked on. Absolutely. But did he call timeout? And yeah, Arthur just sent me something here. Oh, he just sent me a picture here. Let's see what we got. He said, look at, what did he tell me? Look at 2010-17. All right. No one shall throw in any towel into the ring as a signal of defeat. Well, yeah, that we already know. He's looking. Nice. Anything about taking a knee? The ABC rules don't have anything at all about taking a knee. Hold on. About willingly taking a knee. Yeah, he's just showing me throwing the towel stuff. Marco, you're going too far now. Kiss my ass. This is my show, punk. Bruce Gasbox, my brother for life. What up? I'm making rules? What'd I say? I don't even remember what I said. Marco, go back to that page and read 1.3b. It's right there. 1.3b, it's right there. He said he can't find, Mercante said there's nothing about taking a knee in that book either. 1.3b. Okay. I guess I missed it, but I searched it and nothing came up. Nothing came up. I don't know what happened to it. Where is it? Is this it? Yeah, this is it. You said which one? Read which one? 132B. Okay. I don't see a 32B. Where do you see a 130? Oh, wait, I'm in the wrong one. My bad. Here it is. 1.32B. Here we go. When a boxer is on 1 foot or both feet, and at the same time, any other part of his body is touching the floor of the boxing ring. When the boxer is on 1 foot or both feet, and at the same time, wait, what are you talking about? That's just saying what a knockdown is. We're not talking about what a knockdown is. We're talking about willingly taking a knee. So you're saying that that's considered a knockdown. Okay. Well, then it is. Then it is. So you know what? You might have a point. What's that under? But again, mind you, who said that to me? Fallback. Those are suggested rules. So even if it's in there, those are suggested rules. So okay, so that's one rule saying about somebody what going down is. There's rules about what's going down in the athletic commission too. We're talking about willingly taking a knee, not from a blow. Because then you have another rule that says a knockdown is only resulted in a significant blow causing the glove, the ass, or the knee to touch. This didn't have a significant blow causing that. So now you're having contradiction. You get what I'm saying? It wasn't an actual knockdown technically because a blow didn't cause it. But it was. But again, that's still the suggested rule book. Nothing the ABC says matters because it's suggested. Did you see Roach? Yeah, I saw that. I don't blame him. He's not going to get it, but he could go for it. Shannon Briggs versus Rampage Jackson. I hope. Or unable to continue or some shit like that. I've seen knockdowns called for dudes falling off balance and the glove touching, and they caused it. Yeah, well, that's the ref not seeing it correctly. You know what I mean? I've seen knockdown, like Bud got not Bud. Who just got knocked down? It was called a knockdown, but it wasn't. He got Benavidez. Morrell hit him in the shoulder or the back, knocked him down, but it wasn't an actual scoring punch. But the ref missed that, and it was called a fucking knockdown. It happens. From our perspective, Willis' decision was not unreasonable or unjustified. He ruled the WBA. He ruled in real time that Davis had not been struck by a punch, therefore going down, or therefore. Well, there you go. Big shout again to my man, Mr. Esquire. I know that. Cody Great for that. I don't know if he won, though. Uniform safety rules versus paramedics docs. Rule is about taking instant points. Professional union give checks balances. Okay. I don't think Gamache won, though. Or did he? You're a lawyer. You should know that. Did Gamache win? They might tell Tank that they need to rewatch right away, but I see he tweeted Roach that he was willing to rematch him early as May. He's going to fight Jake Paul, probably. Roach's corner also failed to make hell in real time. Yes. Agreed. Ooh. This one? This one? This one.
Thank you. Come again.
Absolutely. That's what you got to do. You got to make hell and get up. What the fuck? That's a knockdown. Why are you not counting? That's what you do. That's what you do. That's a knockdown. Why? I would have got up on the apron. That's a knockdown. Why are you not counting? Don't get in the ring. Get on the apron. You want to disqualify me for that? Fine. That's bullshit. How else can you talk to him if you can't get on the apron so we can hear you? At 221, Tank got hit by a hard right cross. At 220, got hit with a jab. At 19, he got hit with a jab that glanced at the ref. At Tuesday, took a knee. Nah. You're reaching. He got hit with the cross. It did not hurt him at all. You're thinking that the punch might have caused the stinging in his eyes? Okay. You know what? I'm with you. That is, Mr. Bailey Esquire, that is probable cause to argue that the punches caused the stinging in his eye, which would make the knockdown absolutely 1,000% legitimate. Yeah, he got hit with 3 punches. He did. Straight, 2 jabs. Maybe that's why his eye was stinging. Before that, he wasn't complaining. I like that. I like that. Because the punches didn't hurt him. We know that. But they made him take a knee inadvertently. Not from the significance of the force of the punch, but from them landing, and he was fucking him. He was in his own head. I'm getting a lot of comments here, man. Let's see what you said. What'd you say? I agree with bro Mo Bryan, Lou Duva would have raised hell. Hell yeah. Doesn't matter if he hurt him, if you punch. Yup. Well, no, it's not that he went. It's the punch caused the irritation. That's all that matters. If the punch caused the irritation and he takes a knee from it, that's a knockdown. They'll have to factor in the delay reaction also. That may not. I like that. They should use that. Zoom in. Look, these punches landed. He's saying it's his hair, but it's right after the punches landed. I like that. That gives it more significance. But again, mind you, I'm a little late to this, but is there anyone the rules suggest? I had Arthur Mercante on, George. Did you see that? He broke down his whole, as a ref, his whole interpretation of the thing. No, they didn't get into that because only a referee or the Athletic State Commission can disqualify somebody. And the referee did not do that. Getting on the ring apron can be subject to disqualification. But again, subjective to the ref's discretion. I don't know about tonight. Marco, that's why we all call it grease gate. But I like that. But again, so now let's say we can prove, which it looks like we might be able to prove, that the punches are what made his eye irritated, or sure as hell looks like it. There's still no rule that says that the ref cannot rule that he believes that that's not what happened. But it does give it a stronger case that, he went down because he got hit 3 times. And his eye started burning. He probably got in his head thinking about grease, but it looked like it was the punches. And he takes a knee. But the ref, there's no rule that says if you take a knee, you get a standing 8 no matter what. There's no rule. There's no rule in the New York State Athletic Commission. Arthur Mercante just proved that to us. He looked. He told me he can't find it. And in the ABC Commission, there's no rule. Those are the only 2 rule books that we use. What title did they fight for, guys? What title did they fight for? Did they fight for a title? Last thing we do is we look under the rules for that title, because I know that's incorporated too. They incorporate the sanctioning body, the State Athletic Commission, and the ABC. WBA. Is that a fact? Okay. Let's see something. WA boxing rules. Rules. Here we go. General. There's a lot here. All right, let's see something. Knee. Knee doesn't come up either. Knockdown. Here we go. Let's see. I'll pull this up for you guys. So this is the last one. Once we look at this, we've covered all 3 possible rules. All right, knockdown. Can you guys see this okay? When a boxer is knocked down, but he took a knee, it's different. The referee shall order the opponent to retire to the farthest neutral corner, and then the boxer pointing at such corner immediately, seconds, loud voice with medium arm, or just stay there if the down boxer rises before the... Okay, well, he didn't start counting. Okay. Let's see. Automatic knockout? No. Outside of the ring? No. Knockdown at the end of the round? No. Okay, so there we go. So this just talks about a knockdown, but this does not specify what a knockdown is. So they don't even specify what a knockdown is. And let's not forget, the referee did not rule this a knockdown. There's nothing about taking a knee. There's nothing. It says when a knockdown is scored. It did not say what constitutes a knockdown. The only thing that said what constitutes a knockdown was the ABC rules, which just says when anything touches, which that was a knockdown then, from a blow. I just spit on this camera. When anything touches from a blow, but there was no, and there was a blow technically, right? The few. So it was a knockdown, but again, this is all subjective, so it doesn't matter. That's not getting overturned. What did Arthur just text me? What did he say? He said, oh, here's another one. It's like a paper box. What did he say? I'm trying to read this. He sent me something else. Athletic Commission, the state committee examine. It's like a paper box. Unsolicited. Oh, it's called Unsolicited Laws. Unsolicited Laws. Title 25 Sports, Chapter Boxing and Wrestling. What's he mean, paper box? What do you mean by paper box? All right. Postway, my man. Oh. Bomb and board. Very good. My bad. Appreciate you. Okay. Thank you. Both should be screaming for an immediate rematch. Well, I think he'd rather fight Jake Paul for, $30 million or whatever he's going to get, $50 million. Stop reaching out. How many times a fighter does a voluntary knee when in distress and still called it? I'm with you, but you got to go with rules, right? Not adopted rules, actual rules. In terms of it being overturned, I'm with you. That should have been a knockdown. That's a 1,000% should have been. But rules determine what should and shouldn't be. Rules determine it in life. And if there's no rule against it, then it's okay. Unfortunately, legally, it's okay. And I hope people don't start taking these now. Like, chill now. My earring got loose. Yeah. Sorry, Marco, I missed the interview. Had a meeting. Did he say it was a knockdown? He basically said it would have been if it was him. He basically said if it was him, he would have started counting. I don't think he would have let Tank slide with, my hair, my eyes. I don't think he would have let him slide. Tank already tweeting about having rematch in May. Yeah, okay. 2 months? Yeah, all right. The fact that we can't look up the rules, which don't even exist, shows that's what I've been saying the whole time. Oh, it's like a paperback book I got in 1984. I don't think you can get it out in a bookstore or anything. I don't think the commission will give that to anybody. Okay, stay safe. You're going to the show. You're going to the show on the 16th in the Garden Sunday. Which show? Okay, which show and which date is this? At MSG. All right. No problem, my man. No problem. Appreciate you. Yeah, it's a problem. But interesting, right? Super interesting. I'm going to cut that and piece it and put it out. See what people think. But anyway, all right, people, I'm going to bounce. I don't know if I'm going to be around tonight. It might be date night, but if not, I'll see you guys later. If so, I will see you tomorrow for sure. All right. Peace.